Okay, right now I'm going to share my screen. Uh, do you see my screen, everyone? Can you see my screen right now? I hope that you have a two screen now because what I mean is that you running one laptop and also as a monitor lah, if you want to do hands on lah. Not very difficult lah to do hands on because you are running video online and at the same time you want to do the coding part lah. But I will try to stop a little bit, a couple of minutes, a couple second ke, so that you can try the code lah. One more thing that I hope that you are feeling the attendance for the attendance this morning lah. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I want to welcome to you guys, everyone, to the blockchain training on the smart contract. Right now, we're going to resume whatever we left in the Dorset Hotel. I hope that everybody fine and very good condition health because we do not do outside every event right now. So quite dangerous right now, COVID. So anyway, there is nothing can help us because we have online. So I believe that based on the screen, we only have 9 people. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people only join online, even though during the discussion voting, there are a lot of people agree somehow to have this morning. So at least we have one representation from the CSM, I think, Port Sarah, I believe that. Yeah, and then a couple of people from the university and also from IPTM. I also got here to Zahila. So okay, because surah ini is okay lah because we are holiday today in KL. So it's okay. Welcome to you guys lah. So let's start. First of all, let's try to. I want you guys to open Google, and then try to search Remix IDE. Okay, Google and then search Remix IDE. We're going to use an online version of the compiler. I think this is the best one rather than using command line. So when we just search Remix IDE, and you can see that here, this is the first result is the Remix Ethereum because I'm always open this one. So click on the Remix Ethereum IDE. And then we go you to the version of the latest. You see that? Okay, this is the latest UI design of the IDE, Remix IDE. So it's a bit difficult to use this version because it's not very friendly. Actually, it's nice for the developer, but it's not very friendly for the newcomers in the smart contract. So I try to locate on the static chain. We use the older version. How to check it? I try to change to the all UI version so that it can be more simpler. No menu to change here. More. No. Because I'm still running using the old one because it's much more easier. Resource. Yes, I think this one, all experience. They call it all experience, I think. Probably we just click on all experience. Click on all experience. Okay, we come to all experience. Yep. Okay, this is the one that we want to look at, all experience. Yep. So just go back. I just rewind back to the remake. Oh no, no remind. Oh no, cannot rewind. So you need to choose all experience so that you can enter the old version lah. So let's say I'll try one more time. Google. Okay. So this one, add a resource, choose all experience. When you choose all experience, you will get menu something like this lah. So we are going to use this one because it's much more easier for newcomer. For if you really want to do the very testing and everything testing, I prefer you to use this one, the new version. It's more suitable for the very more like IDE, but this one is very something like editors, quite simple. Okay, I hope that everyone managed to go to this level so that we can start. If you have problem right now, please I cannot find the one that will escape the doors. Oh, you have no experience. Mine have. Are you using Google Chrome? I'm using Google Chrome now. Okay, I just share the link to you lah. Okay. So I put in WhatsApp. So I hope that is work. PC back. You get all interface. Yeah. So you get all interface within link given by me. Okay, right now I hope that everybody can open. Okay, we are using the IDE. So somewhere you got something at the top here, something like for example, something like this. Just go to the X1, just click on the X, cancel it, and make sure that you have this kind of environment. Before we start, I would like to explain the environment first. So first thing is that at the left side here, this is whereby all the project you do, you can create your file later on. I'm going to show later on this how to create file. Another one is that when you have something like this, a text file here, okay, so this is where you have a text file later on after you create a file, so you can type something, but I will show later. So at the right side here, you can see that you can choose a compiler version. Right now they have a latest compiler 0.4. I don't recommend it to use nightly because they are not something like the finalized one. There's a lot of new features on 0.7. They still beta, okay. Still not get still is so this is, for example, if you want to later one, you may choose this one, but the problem is that probably not every client can support this one lah, because they have two letters. So the best one is that we just choose the version 0.5.17. Go to this one, yeah, 0.5.17. Somehow sometimes they got problem. We really choose the 17, seem like okay. I just open one file first, try the compile. Oh, cannot. The compiler is not available for online, so there's some problem. So we just choose another one. If you're using version letters, for example 7, you can use a very complicated one. For example, you can use data structured struct for the passing parameter, but we don't want to go to that detail. We just want to learn a little bit on the compiler part, on the basic one. So just we go, for example, how about we choose a 0.5.13 commit, this one, not nightly, and this one. Let's try this one. Okay, it's worked. So we can use this one. So make sure that this compiler, this version that we are going to use, and then you, yeah,
Which one? 0.5 point 0.5
3,
point 3 point 3
not nightly, not nightly.
not 90, then 2000
This one.
one
Commit. It's a commit one. Nightly is compiled every day by developer. So I mean, try to get the commit one, something like the finalized version. Okay, okay, choose a compiler. Okay, done. So and then after that, we may go to the run section. This is whereby you can run your smart contract either using this is icon. You see that here, we call it Java virtual machine. Network virtual machine is a something as a simulation version of the get client. So they have verified about five account. Everything is already unlocked. You can directly use. If you want to use the get client that the one that we did on the Dorset Hotel training, we choose this one. I'm going to show this one later on at the end. So how to connect to our own client. So this right now we are using this one. Gas limit by default is okay. Sometimes if you have very complicated one, you need to extend more gas limit. So this is part of the run. Analysis, just ignore it. Testing also ignore. Debugger also ignore. Setting. So you may choose to use your tag wrapper. Okay, this one. Tag wrapper. So that when you have a line very long, then you go to wrap to the bottom one. So enable personal mode, none. I do not enable this one. Okay. Actually not very working properly. Actually this one for the one that you want to connect to the guest client. But somehow they got some problem bug. So right now you are looking at the Solidity interface. They also have another one in Viper. Viper is another language. So that is not the one that we're going to learn today. We are just learn Solidity. And the first support now. Okay, so that means you just go to the little bit on the text wrap. Enable this one, they're done. So right now, when you have at least this screen quite easier to go through compared to the latest version. That the one that we are when you before you go to all when you Google it, you always go to the the latest version of the remix. And we are the old one. So after you do all these things, you can adjust back the screen small. Okay. So the first thing is that we're going to look at how to create the first something like text editor or text one small contract lah. So here from here you can see that okay there is a lot of the existing project of the Solidity. So here for example, actually if you refer to the training last one, uh, okay, I believe that I already share you guys Bazaar IDEX solution, the Solidity, and then some of it. I believe that other things I already share with you guys. Not here. But some of the example I already share with you. So you may use this one. I believe I have this file on another, yep, here. The file. Oh no, not here. Uh, where is that? Anyway, we just do from here. I believe that I will share with you guys, but right now I'm repeating the same things. Okay. So right now, let's say if you want to create a new project, I just close this one, and then just go to the plus at the right side here. Create new file in the browser storage explorer. Click that's one. Ada seorang nak join. Ini last minute nya. Okay, saya nampak. So pandai-pandai dia orang lah, lambat join. Okay, right now we are Remi IDE. So just go to here, click plus, click plus. You click plus and then okay, just let's say we create one simple project. I already have hello world to many hello world my example. So I just create another hello world, hello solidity. I already have a hello world, that's why I cannot create the same file name. So I just create hello solidity. And then click OK. Click OK. I repeat one more time. No, I cannot create. Okay, if let's say you already lost the file here, you can just search. I have too many here. I believe you only have 3. First one is that the prepared by the Solidity. Hello. Okay, this one more thing is that it's not permanent things. So you need to backup this one because it store in the window temporary file. Let's say when you clear the cache and everything will gone lah. That's why you always need to backup later on after we do some exercise later on. I will show you how to store the file to save Hello Solidity, this one, yep. Okay, right now let's say you want to set let's say we try to type something pragma something. For example here, too small. So just go to bit here. You can zoom, for example, this tag. Just pressing the plus one. You can zoom the things. Okay. And then we need to write pragma solidity and a version of compiler that we are using right now. This one 0.5.13. 0.5.13. Okay, I just move it a bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, here at the top here, we specify the compiler for our code. For example, in the beginning, if you have very short line of code, you can just enable auto compile. That's mean every time you type something, even a comment, it will try to compile. Yep. So it here. So normally when you start as you need to specify the compiler. We are using this one. We have many compiler, but some of it doesn't work. So you can choose from here, compiler. And then we need to create a first contract. We call it contract. Let's say we put a contract here. Hello. And then we just put open bracket and close the bracket. So you see that here is something like class. In the C++ or Java, we call it class. Yes. Class hello. But now we are using smart contract, right? That's why we are using keyword into contract, not class. Actually, it's a class. So it's a oriented programming. So now we have a contract hello. And then let's say we try to create one simple variable. You can have a three type of variable. For example, yeah, we put example here. You can have a public, and then a variable. I just put variable. You can public, private, and the last one protected. So this is three type of variable. So sometimes they have problem in align these things. Okay, so that's mean private protected, and then so how do you know all this thing, for example variable and everything? Okay, normally if you really want to look at, you just go to the smart contract here, the documentation. I will share with you guys the link. Share this link. Ni seorang lagi kena buat. Okay, dia buat dia tak masuk. I will share the link here. Boleh masuk lah. Okay. Please don't WhatsApp. Please share everything. Just voice your just talking to me through voice lah. Bagi mention that there is a new one to join lah. Okay, because your voice never be recorded. Don't worry. So no, do not WhatsApp. Probably I did not read the WhatsApp very fast lah. Okay, here. So let's say we go to here. This is the latest version of the something like user manual lah, or the documentation. So we can go to a simple contract at the top here. The simple contract consists of a lot of things. You can even see that installing the compiler. Okay, this is a lot of manual things. So we're just using browser, no need to think about this. And they also have say we go to the type, I think probably type. Type. It's on the type on the unique and globally available variable. This time. Wait a moment, I want to see at the variable part. Probably go to basic one. Probably is here. Section block. That's why I do not have a manual, because the developer also updating to always update the language. They always have a new update, so we can refer directly to this one lah. So let's now here. I believe that structure contract, state variable. Let's go to the state variable. Is there any link or not? Type section. Probably here, I believe that. Boolean, integer, division, module. Quite long. So there are many types here. Probably public one. Didn't explain to be on the public. I just go to here. Okay, at least you can see that all the data type and everything you can see from the type section. We can have a type Boolean and a lot of something like Java or Python syntax things. We can have integer and operator everything. But let's say we move back here to the one that we are doing right now. Here. Okay, we can have at least variable, three type of variable: public, private, and protected. This is something like how we can do encapsulation on the data. Let's say we create one variable. Let's say we want to have a string, and then we have a name. So how we define that? Let's say we have the string name, but if you learn on the another programming language, we put at the top here is something like public. Of course, you're going to fail compile. In Solidity, one thing is that first you need to define that data type, for example, string. How to access the data type, you need to put after that. Like this. You have data type string, and you define that it's either public, private, or protected here, not at the front. So that's, and then variable name. So that's how we get how the Solidity works. There's the big differences on the compared to other programming language. The encapsulation or data type of the data type we go after the second one, not the first one. So in Java, we put the data type first lah. But the access parameter there. So we can have public here, and you can also choose private, and another one is a protected. Protected quite interesting because it's something like whereby it can only be accessed within a calling class lah. Okay, so we're going to see all the differences of this data type, right? This is very important one lah if you want to work on the smart contract. So we have name here, and then after that we create another data type, unsigned integer. You can see that there is many types of unsigned integer. You may choose the right one. Let's say I choose 8 because I want to put only age. So age normally do not go beyond the 255 years old. So that's why I just choose 8 bit. Okay. So the example that how you can declare the variable, and also you see that they are automatically compiled at the left side. So and then after that we already have the very basic one, and then how we can access this type of variable. You can just go here, you create another function. First of all, we need to set name. Set name, and then it require input into the name. Okay, let's put name string. Memory is a type. New name. So here, this example whereby not complete yet. Function set name string memory new name. So this is a function name. After that, this is function name and everything detail. After that, we need to put the is a type of the variable. Either this is a function, either public, private, or protected. So in here, we just use public one. So we put here after that public. It's a public access. And then we just put here bracket and open bracket, close bracket. So see that. That's how it's work. Public. So you can see that here, after you declare the things here, everything here, and then it's go the last one, we put the exclamation type. In this example, it's a public. Okay. How about after that, how we define the new name is a new function parameter go to the function. Let's say we call function set name is a variable input name lah. The input that we're going to into the function. So let's say we assign that name, the variable name equal to new name. Yep. So I'll give you a little bit time to try. After that, we're going to do the same things for the age. We create the function set age, and then it's a, you can see here that data type is answer integer 8, so we need to put answer integer 8, new age. Ada pula tanya sini pula. Nantilah. Okay. Okay. So if you ask syntax here, all the documentation for the syntax inside this documentation. Okay, they always update. So you see that all the breaking changes from 5 to 6 to 7. So all here. So there's no fixed manual. Something like C language, they already have a fixed because they see all everything. So now we assign that age equal to new age. You can see some error here. You see that the wrong spelling here, right? UINT. Okay. So if you have any question, do not ask on WhatsApp. Just talk online. Speak here until I respond to you. Sometimes just use your voice, talk to me. No need to WhatsApp everything because I probably somebody else also WhatsApp, so I don't want to open the WhatsApp lah. So here, after you run this thing, so you type all these things, and then you can see that there is no error. You can see that green one hello. This is the contract name hello. Hello green. So when it's green, that means everything okay, compiler fine. And then after that, you can go to the yeah.
How to compile?
Okay.
How to compile this program? How to run?
Okay. You already put you already tick the auto compile, right?
Yeah.
So it already compile. If you disable it, you need to click here manually lah, or start to compile manually. When you put the auto compile here, you already see green at the bottom here, right? This means already compile.
Automatically compile.
But this is for the small code, okay. But if you have very long code, disable auto compile lah, because it's too slow. It will cause your typing something compile, typing something compile. This means a very bad one lah if you want to write the code lah. So
I cannot see the hello on the right.
Have you choose the compiler?
Yes, the compiler 5.3.
So you can see even you already have an auto compile number.
Oh, yes, auto compile. Yes, I see the auto compile and enable implementation.
Okay.
But I cannot see the hello on the bottom of start. Bottom of start.
Yeah, the bottom one, right?
Hello, hello.
Okay. Can you share the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I stop sharing. Share your screen. Okay, you can see that Dr. Zarina, Pragma, if you look at the Pragma, Solidity, the version, compiler at the top here.
The top here.
No, we are using 0.5.13.
Oh.
You're choosing Okay, and then you see another error that contract spelling. You look at the contract spelling.
Okay. Okay.
Make correction on that one. Try make correction. Just make correction. Go on.
Okay. Stop. I stop. Okay. So I see. Okay. I stop. You can continue.
Okay.
I think you have a wrong unit as well. Data type. You check your data type.
Okay.
Okay. So when you got the X1, the red one X, this means that you have a problem lah. Compiler or just a typo, missing semicolon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So anyone got problem? Okay, I'm going to paste the code. I hope that you type by yourself, the very basic one to have a warming up. Okay, this I'm going to share with you guys. I put inside the WhatsApp lah. Inside WhatsApp. Okay, you can see it from WhatsApp. So if you got something spelling or everything, you can see the red something lah. For example, I just put here see the X here. Yeah, it's mean there's something else. So now after you set up all these things, you have set name, set this means you are entering the input into this variable. But how after that we enter the input, we want to get back the output lah. So we can make another function to get. Yeah, anyone got problem? Function get name. It's an empty because we do not input anything, but we want to return value. It's a public function, and then we're expecting return value. We need to put some view variable. View is a viewable, and then we need to put a return data type. Here return, you only to put as a return. You need to mention the return value at the level of the at the top one lah. So we need to return something. This is whereby not complete yet. Public is a we know already learned that this function is a public. Mention that public. View does mean something that is only for the view. This mean people can view not view the public one, the view the data return. Return you need to put s at the back. Either you return one parameter or many parameter. You need to mention that what is the return parameter of your function at the top. So that's why people, when you look at the function, normally people can see that what is input. When you just go to at the top here, you can see that what is the input for your function and what is the output expected from your function. That's why everything is put at the top. No need to go to at the bottom of the code lah. So here we have a return. The return that we want to return is new age. Name is a string, so we just put here. Return type is a string. It's a memory type. So okay, just put here string memory. It's a variable. Okay, so we just put here return name. Okay, so this return name we refer to this one. Here we remember that you input string memory, new name, you store into the name, and then you after you want to read back the variable name, you just call the return get name. The return name data type is a string memory. Same string memory here and also string memory here. memory, and I thought we explain a little bit on what is memory and thing, but at least the thing we want to work on the basic one first. Now we run the function. We get we create another function. Function get age. Also empty input, but they have a return value public. It's a view return the s yes, and then it's a type unsigned integer. So I'll give you guys around 2 minutes until 10 49 to write all these things, and then make sure that the compiler can compile it, get green. Right now we are running everything as public. Okay, I'm going to share through WhatsApp. Some of you probably just don't want to write the code, or probably got some error, so I share with WhatsApp. Okay, we have, okay, right now make sure that you can compile, got green one at the bottom here, hello, is a contract, mean contract is okay. And then we want to run the first hello contract. So go to run at the top here. We can adjust it a little bit. And then we can run here. I want just moving something this thing. Because this is something terminal at the bottom here, you can see that when you execute something, you can see output here. Okay, so right now, first thing is that you need to deploy the contract here. Sometimes you have a multiple contract in one in this editor. So right now we only have one. This means we just go click on the hello deploy. Deploy. Okay. So when you click deploy, you see that here this contract is submitted into the blockchain or something like visual of the simulator of the blockchain here. You can see all the parameter here, contract submitted. You can see that when you submit the contract, there is some guesses you need to pay for processing by the blockchain or miner. Okay, so right now at the bottom here you can see that after you deploy, that means the contract already in blockchain. You can run from here. You can see that here. You can see that age, get age. You also have a name, get age, get name, name. This is variable name and also age. You know, this is function get age. Okay, get age, get name, get age. It's okay, but that's why if you put a public on data type, they will show to the people also the variable. People also can see the variable value. So that's why it's better for the variable, at least we put either private or protected. So in these cases, we see that variable can be accessed, right? People outside can see the variable because it's public. So what the best way is that first one, we just destroy this contract, clear the instances. It's not destroying actually, just clearing the instances. I clear this one, go to the dustbin, clear. I go back to the smart contract, I edit a bit, I just put here, this variable is not a public anymore because I don't want people to see my private variable, but I want to allow people only to see my function. At least you need to change to the protected. God, protected. Protected is the one that in C++, I think. Let's call. Wait, put the screen back. I also remember sometimes variable too many type. Probably just go to simple this one. Internal, yeah, they call internal, yeah. Protected is in C++. Protected is C++, protected. They call internal. Okay, I just actually here supposed to be is not protected. This is we call it internal. Yep, internal. Protected in C++, or Java. So it's not protected. It's an internal. Yeah. Okay. So internal is a protected. What is mean is protected. So this one also we put internal. Okay. Because just lately a couple of days I did a lot of the Java. That's why sometimes you mess up around lah. Okay. I don't deny that. Okay. So we just define as internal whereby it's a protected. So this means outsider can access only inside the function or subclass or subcontract can access the internal variable. So we change that part into the internal. And then right now we deploy again the smart contract here using the top account CA3. Deploy. From here you can see that only the function is displayed. Get name, get age. So that's how you can make sure that the outsider cannot access your variable name by defining it as internal. So right now, let's say we get name and get age is empty, right? So you need to set name lah. You can see that here when you do the guess is a 392 something. When you put some data or set name, for example, I put double quote because it's a string. Muhammad Anuar. I put Muhammad Anuar. Or just you can go to this one, either open this big menu, you expand it, or you just make small one. If you do something like this, say you put a string and then you just click on the set name. The set name that's mean, okay, you see that here, the transaction is processed. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so this is a log whereby whatever the transaction is submitted to the contract, it will be shown here. So right now I'm going to set my age. I put 38 for example. So you see again, successful. So when you put all this data, you can after that you can call the function get age get name. So that's mean you already managed to run the contract lah. So this means this contract we input to variable name and age. You can change the name here. For example, you want to change to the 40. Set the name and get age, you get 40. So I want you guys to try right now until this level lah. Okay, until this exercise. If you have any question right now, you can ask me or share your screen. Got problem, anything, please. Don't worry. Before we continue, sir.
If I put the set age and set name, Can I see that in my terminal, the value that I put, or it's just not showing?
Which one and where? Oh, wait, 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 I need to put my headphone lah because I'm not very clear. I need to put my headphone. My headphone. I also using laptop not very clear. Okay, please one more time. Clear. Okay. Set name or get name? Okay, okay. When you set, okay, for example, I just have to set something value here, 35. Okay, I clear. You can go to this one, clear console, and then I put the set age. Can you see something like this? See. Okay. And then the detail here, decoder input. Because, okay, welcome. You can see that the God, I believe that you already learned right, how to compute the gas, right? During the training last time. It's a gas and everything you already know, all the hash everything. We already learned all the transaction info. So no need to go to this one. So you already learned it. So okay. Does anyone got any question? Okay, good. We cannot just break. Even though we already 1 hour, I need to go something, one more thing about address. Okay, right now, let's say you already see that here before we go to move on to another one. We can see here that you already put some age, some value here, age and string, something like this. You already put here. You can see here, hello at this memory, this address something, BB something. It's an address in a blockchain. Normally, deploy contract. You can see deploy contract. This assume that this is an address in the blockchain. You can copy the address, copy the value to clipboard. Okay. I copy the value to clipboard, the address, and then you can empty here the loaded contract. You can go to here, loaded address. You just put the address whereby where the address that previously deployed smart contract on the blockchain. You can put here address, and when you click address, not deploy, deploy into first time. If let's say you already have the blockchain smart contract in the blockchain, you just put the address here, and you load from the address. So let's say I click add address, you can go back to your smart contract previous one. You can get back the value the previous one. No need to deploy a new one lah. When you deploy new one, the spin is new contract. So that means you can always load it back your previous contract that already been deployed. So that's the most important part. That you need to know the address lah, the address of the smart contract. Okay, that's a bit on the how to load it back the deployed address. Okay, right now we're going to learn one more variable before we have a short break, around 5-10 minutes, because online, if you have a training online, that a little bit you need to have to rest your eyes a little bit more compared to during the hotel. You have free time many, so you can watch around. So right now we just sticking our eyes at the screen of laptop. That's a little bit bad if you don't stop it for more than 1 hour. So before we stop, let's say we try another one. Okay, I just move here. We go to learn one more variable, a new variable called address. Address is your Ethereum address lah. Let's say we put internal. Okay, owner. For example, owner. Okay. So it's an owner. This means just the variable name owner. You can be a user. You can put any name. Let's say I just put owner. So and then I want to declare that owner variable using constructor. In the C, Java, C++, Java, or another programming language, if you want to create constructor, you just put back the head, for example, the function hello. I just put here function hello. This is the old one. Hello. You declare back the same as the one that being used. constructor with empty parameter. See that this is the original one. If you're using the existing, for example, public, and it's always duplicate lah. Okay, you cannot use this one. Okay, this is the way that if you are using in the Java object programming language. But for the you see that some error, right? One declaration is shows. Okay, actually, if you're using the old version, it's work. Okay, for the new version of the compiler version 5, you need to change it to the constructor. Yep. Constructor. And then no more variable of these things. Okay, just put the constructor. Done. That's how we declare constructor for this hello. Just putting this one. Done. And then here, I'm going to assign the owner of the smart contract is the one that deploy this contract. Whoever deploy this contract become the owner of the smart contract by the name of address lah. So we set here owner equal to message.sender. This is the internal variable of the Solidity. So message sender representing who are the one that running the contract right now. Let's say you are running as a one address. This means you will become the message sender lah. So this is the bit. The only differences with another programming language is that first is that you can have a variable of address. Second thing is that in the Solidity, you can identify in Solidity or block in Ethereum, you can identify who is the one that running the current user of the current contract lah. Okay, by using the variable or internal variable name, reserve keyword. This one is call it message sender. They have another variable name. Let's say we just learn message sender first. So let's say we just run message sender, and then we want to know who is message sender, right? So we just create a new function, call it get owner. We just put here my function get owner. By default, most of the smart contract you need to define the owner so that the owner can have a little bit control on the smart contract. I don't want to destroy it. It's a public one, and then it's always return value is a view. People can view the value of the value inside there for the return value later on. We have return, and then we want to return data type of the address. We return owner. Okay. So I give you a couple seconds to try to rewrite this one. Okay. So after that, we try to run the code, we deploy it. Okay, let's say we deploy with the first address first, and then we deploy hello. When you deploy it, you try to get owner, you get the address of the one that running right now. 0CA35, actually the address this one. CA35 and the end 33C. So this is the address, the one that deploying smart contract. You need to remember that, recap back, constructor only execute at the first one. When you run the smart contract at the first time or you deploy it, they will automatically execute the constructor only one time when the contract is deployed. After that, the constructor never be juga. Constructor is something like to initialize the values lah, or to initialize the default value for the contract hello. So that's why constructor always, as you can see here, somehow the owner address automatically become the message sender. Message sender is the one that executing the contract. So let's say we just close this one. I go to another account, second one. You click the hello deploy again. You can see that from here, get owner is the address of the one that deploying the contract. Same as this one. So that's mean you can identify if you're using this constructor by assigning the owner, you can know that who is the owner of the contract. Of course, this is the basic one that when you want to write a smart contract, you need to have to know the owners lah. Okay, I hope that until now the people is okay. I want to put another variable, simple variable. Okay, one more thing is that I want to add one more variable. Return owner. I have okay in the Node.js you can make a array of return. In Java you can return as array, but you cannot return multiple value. But in the remake Python you can return multiple value. In the Solidity you can return also multiple value. So here you can. I want to return two value. I want to return two type of address. Here in the return part, you can put here bracket. When you have two parameter or more return value, you can put bracket here. And you want to return one more thing, a message dot sender. See that you want to return two variable. First, you want to return owner. And the second one is that want to return message sender. The one that currently, message sender is representing the one that currently accessing the contract or interfacing the contract. They will return the address lah. So right now, when you see this one, we run it, you can see the differentiate what is the variable owner, what is message sender lah. Because you need to understand very important one, because message sender representing the one that is executing the contract right now or interfacing the contract. So right now, go to run. We need to deploy again this contract one more time. Deploy. First choose the address at the top one. Choose the address here. And then click deploy. Okay. Here when you run get owner, supposed to be okay, get owner just okay, tak apa. When you get owner, you run get owner, you get that both the same things. Okay, same. Right now, if you run it as another account, let's say using the same contract, you are running as a different account. This one 147 is a new account, but the owner is a CA3. You can see that here. You run function get owner. You see that method sender is the address that you are carrying right now. You see the method sender here. This one your address. Owner is the same. Because it's constructor being defined by constructor. Let's say we go to another account here. Yep. Yep. Silakan. ETH personal create account. You already learn on the guest, right? Yang tu lah, there's a way lah. This is generated by a compiler lah. But later on, when you go to this one, we are using Web3 provider, you're going to use the one that you created lah. We're going to do petang sikit lah yang tu, lewat sikit. Okay, so right now, you can try to another account, another address here. This is pre-generated by the JavaScript virtual machine, pre-generated, already unlocked. So you can get that Actually, when you run this function, you always show that who you are, but the owner is always maintained. But you are the one that message sender is different. You can put here, for example, you can separate this function. If you want to put a function that not get owner, we just call it function who am I. Who am I actually exists in the Linux and also in the Windows. CMD, who is not a Jackie Chan movie, but this exists. Who am I? So you can also the same thing in Linux. You can run command who am I. So we just put one function who am I. It's a public one. If we just want to return the message sender, so public view return as always as address, and then we just put return message dot sender. So here I just removed at the top one. This owner actually function get owner, we should not return the message sender lah. It's totally wrong. Okay, in terms of the logic lah. In terms of the what you call it, the function call lah. It's not logic. See, programming logic is a work. Okay. So this means you can call the function get owner who am I. Who am I returning the message sender, the one that is executing the contract right now, and then okay, this doesn't matter if you can put bracket or not, but only one parameter is okay. Don't need to put a bracket. So right now, before we break, I try to deploy one more time this function. Deploy. I can deploy with anyone. I say I deploy this one. So when you see that here, you get the owner. Is the address of owner. Who am I? Of course, I'm the owner. I'm also the one that running right now. Let's say I move to the other account. Get who am I? See that I'm different guys, and get owner the same. Owner is the same. So that's not until now. Before we break 10 minutes, I copy this code and share with your guy with WhatsApp. Normally, let's say you have one contract is completed, you need to backup the file. Okay, I put in WhatsApp. So here normally to avoid, let's say your browser clearing the cache and everything is gone. Everything here is gone. So to avoid that kind of thing, just copy everything using Notepad++. We just make backup of it. So I go to this one our training today. I just put one folder. My contract. Just you need to open using Notepad++ and paste the things here. Okay, this is my exercise. I backup here. So later on, I'm going to share with you guys this one. I believe that you already get to WhatsApp. So we just store it here, backup. Now we have break 10 minutes so that you can, if you have any question, you can ask now, or you can have a drinks. In a hotel, you can have a very nice breakfast lah. Okay, here we got I also have pizza. I want to have breakfast my pizza lah. So let's break. You can ask me right now for 1 or 2 minutes before I go eat pizza lah. I hope you have something to eat lah. We resume at 12. At 12. No, at 11. 11:25. Resume at 11:25. 11:25 kita sambung. So if you have question, you ask now before I eat pizza. You may ask now. Yep. Sit. Yeah, okay. Oh, who am I? Always the same. No. Even you change it in the value here. Can you check here? Can you check here? Can you share the screen? I, okay, I stop my screen. Uh, uh, present. You cannot present right now. You have got problem. You are using browser, right? Google, right? That's mean you can present. That's mean you can present, lah. I, yeah, I'm sure you how to share the screen. If you do not know, you just go to the bottom here. It might right now. You click on the present screen. Something like presenting at the bottom of your here. You can present, lah. I'm stop sharing right now because you need to present. Or you just copy paste my code, lah. Okay, if you problem, you just, okay. You don't want to share screen, right? Wow. Okay, I believe your privacy. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, of course I'm present entire screen. I have no privacy. People can see everything from me. Oh, you want to present? Okay. Uh, can you make it a bit? Okay. Can you zoom the variable? Click on the plus on the yeah, plus zoom it a bit. Okay. Okay. Which okay. First you to destroy first. So you go to here and deploy contract, destroy everything. Destroy everything, and then click deploy. Okay. Okay. To be okay lah. Yan. Okay. Change to the account. Have you compiled it? Go to the source code, compile. Compile. Okay, compile. Okay, you compile it. Okay. Go to run it. Okay. Okay. No, deploy. No, do not click deploy. Deploy only one time. Ah, okay. Okay. Go to that one. Get on the yeah. Right now, previous. So, they say if you deploy one more time, this is another contract. This is another address already. You cannot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Betul. Betul. Yeah. Welcome. Okay. I want to have pizza from my icebox. I'm going right now. Okay, everyone, let's resume tutorial. So you have learned that you can differentiate who are the one running our accessing smart contract right now. So they're very important function that to make the differences to compare to other programming language. Whereby programming language, other programming language can identify who are the one that running right now, executing contract or coding. But in a smart criteria, we can do this way. Right now, how about we want to make something that very interesting function, we call it mapping. So that right now, okay, before we do that, let's say we deploy one more time. I deploy one more time, contract. I want to show you guys that who am I, an owner, is same. Let's say somebody setting the age. Set name. Oh, okay, okay. Just repeating. Okay, I will share the screen. Uh, okay, I just redeploy back the contract, the same contract. I just put some value here. See there, where okay, I need to put a double quote here. So that I just design the contract. And you see that here. So the variable, let's say I'm running as a whereby is CA35. I just change some value here. Okay. And then when somebody else running as another account, whereby 17426 something, this guy change a value into something another value. And then they put something like 444. Okay. Set age, get name, set name. So the value changes, and somebody else or owner, the one creating contract, look back at the data. Somehow data really changes to the new one. Okay, and even anybody, whoever access the contract can change the data into another values. This means somebody else can whoever. So anyone can get the same result lah. So that's mean, see here, okay, that's mean this data is a public data lah. Everybody can read or write the variable name and also to get the value. So in the smart contract, it can be done this way. Let's say if you want to have public parameter, everybody can share and read, write something. But we can also make sure that only one user can access that kind of data lah, or age or name, for example. Let's say for example, the address of CA something setting his age and name. Other people cannot change his name or age. Okay, other people can change, but only for their address, for them, not for others. So we're going to do this thing right now. We are going to create some simple structures to we're going to learn structure and how to put all this name and age into a structure based. Right now we already learned in basic form, we can use a variable name and age. Right now, how about we are using a structure way, so that, or probably not a structure, just some of the using a mapping first. Let's say we try to use mapping. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to use mapping parameters. Okay. So right now I feel a little bit stagger because we already use auto compile. I need to disable auto compile. I compile when necessary. So because the code quite long, so it becomes staggered a bit. Every time you type something, you want to compile. And now you understand that why auto compile should not be always enabled. So right now I'm going to write a mapping. It's a keyword mapping address to something. Okay, before I do that, I need to create one structure, struct. Okay, before I do these things, I want to create one structure, struct. Let's say I just put ID, struct ID. If you already previously learned programming language structure, you understand that we can use structure in the in the Solidity struct ID, whereby I believe that in Java you cannot use struct. I think you can use class. Cannot use struct because they already have class. Actually, class is something like struct, so you just use struct. Use class. So right now, even though you're into programming, we still can use a struct. So let's say we just put, I just copy paste here, whatever thing inside here, to think this value, I copy, put inside here. Okay, I just copy here. Okay, you cannot put internal name. Okay, just put string because this is part of the ID. Okay, this is the string name. It's a part of the structure data. Okay, we have a string name, and inside the ID we have name and age. You can put also license whatever lah. In our case, we need to make things simple. No need to put so too much data. So let's say we have struct ID. Right now we're going to use mapping to ID. Okay, mapping to ID. Address, your address here, address, and then mapping to ID. And you put here is a internal access, and here we put the variable name. Here we are writing my ID. This is variable name. Variable name. Same thing here. Variable name, variable name, variable name, variable name. This is a encapsulation type. Encapsulation. This is whatever type that we are using. String, address. You call it mapping. Mapping have at least two parameters here. Okay. So at least you can understand that the pattern here, mapping can be very close to one, something like this. Okay, something like this. So this is pattern, you need to understand this is one of the something like keyword, that one of the mapping parameters. This is the internal type, and this is variable name. So that's how we can do a mapping. So this means here we can read write using a mapping function, whereby I'm going to create a new function set ID. I'm going to input two parameters here, set ID, string, memory, new name. Another one is that unsigned integer age, new age. It's a public function. Okay, it's a public function. I put here a little bit smaller so that I can compile it. It's a public function with return no value, no return at all. So I just close it. Okay, can check back, compile, no error. Okay. So and then after that I just want to assign the variable into the mapping. Now, how to use mapping? It's quite interesting. My ID, and I put some bracket here. Message dot sender dot name equal to new name. New name. My ID, message sender. Message sender is mean the one that running right now, the one running the contract. Dot age equal to new age. Okay, you see that here? address to ID, address to ID, address to ID. Address is here, address, ID. Okay, address, ID representing two things, name and age, name and age. Okay, so here address, name, address of age. So you can see that mapping of address and ID. So address, we put here address, and then the variable inside the address we have mapping to structure ID. Structure ID got two things, name or age. This is something like using structure in the programming language of Java or C++ lah. The name and age. So that's how we can assign using mapping. Please try to write it. Another one is that I want you guys after this set ID, we need to have another one is that get ID lah. Okay, I will write this one, get ID. Function get ID. So it's an empty function, input, but it got return public, return public view. There's another one is pure. Pure, okay, pure is something no return value. It's an internal processing only. It's not rarely used. But if you have an input output, normally you have a view. This means you can have a, you're going to access some variable. View, return, and then we have return to the type, address, not address. Actually, we return the string, memory, name, and then the one is that is assign integer 8. Can see that age. Okay, here I put name variable name age, and the previous one somewhere I did not put it. Okay, you can see a little bit different. Just difference in that we show some age on age, name and age later on lah, in the string lah. So it can be done this way. You can declare your variable uses in the return function. Return to type name, not name. We are returning this one. Okay. We are using structure, so a little bit long. Okay, no need this name. The shadow declared is here. Okay, almost the same thing. Okay. Normally you need to put new name lah, something my, for example, name. So it will no error lah, no shadow lah. My age, because you're using this variable the same one previously, so they get a warning lah. So I just put my name, my age lah. Oh, it's wrapping from this one, wrap. So go to bottom here. Still line 26. So I'll give you around 1 minute to copy the code and compile it, make sure it's work. So we create one structure ID, with this one ID, and then we create a mapping of the structure ID, address to ID, and when we declare to function, okay. So I'm going to copy this one and paste inside the WhatsApp lah. Probably got some problem here. Okay, I see everything okay. Okay, no wrapping. Okay, no word wrap here. Okay lah. Okay. So I already copy to you guys. If you a bit late to typing something here. So right now, after you write this one mapping, right now we want to test it how the mapping actually work. Normally we just go to the run and we look at how the data being output lah. Based on the output, we can understand more how the mapping work. So right now I just go to one address at the top here. I deploy hello. Make sure that you compile, and deploy hello. Okay, this is deploy contract that you can have who am I, get owner, get name, get ID, everything. You see that here? When you get ID, functions get ID, they will return my name. See my name here. And the one is that age. Right, Mohd ID. And the one is age, you see here age. If you don't put anything, you just get something like string, and then as integer, something like this. Okay, that's why if you put variable name at the back lah. Even do not put, okay lah. It's up to you. Okay, right now we're going to run it. First, we need to know that we are running SCA3, who am I, CA3. So what we're going to do is that we're going to input all these parameters. Let's say I want to input age here. Let's say I put here 30, and then name is the AAA, 3 times AAA, set age, set name. Owner, okay. Get name, of course, ID is different structure, right? I click ID, did not get it. So you need to set some value here. Name, I put here AAA, A, I put new age here lah, something like. Also the same thing, 30, transact. Okay. Okay, now I have this one, or also the same things, right? Okay. Now I'm switching to another one, to another account, second one. Who am I? Second one. The order, same thing. Get name, I got AA. Get ID, I got nothing. Get age, I got 30. You see that? Okay. Right now I'm going to change again. Okay. Here, I'm going to do modification. For example, set A, I set it to 35. I set name to the BBB. B. Here, set ID, I'm going to change it to BBB. BBB. And the ID should be, I put age here 35. So I just set name, set ID, set age. Age 35. My ID BBBB, my name BBB, age 35, get name BBBB. Now, let's say after I doing this one, I move back to this one, CA1, the original one, the first one that I created in the account. I go to here one, I get the function get age, I get this one, get ID, see I get the actual my ID. Get BB, okay. Right now, let's say you go to another account, the third one, get my age, no, get ID, none, get name, BB, same thing. So that's mean here, you can see that how you can use mapping to map the data to you mapping the address of your message sender of your account to data structure. So that's how you can ensure that only your data can be accessed by you lah. People cannot edit. This is something like we call it the personal data lah, or just using mapping. You can protect, you can prevent other from writing your data. People also cannot read it. Still get ID, they cannot read it because this is not on. He is not the owner of data. For example, this one also change it. For example, 40 C putih. Photo set name. Oh, this one. So for the get age and get name, everybody can change the data, but get ID, for example, I go to this one, can outsider cannot change, but the data is reserved to the one that address. For example, in this case, this owner of who am I is the address storing this data of AA33. And then we go to the second one for the who am I 14 something. The ID that being stored BBB and 35. That example that whereby you cannot see in other programming language whereby whoever accessing the smart contract right now, they have something like unique identity of address. And then using the address, you can call back the data. Mapping data, you always get data that the one that be mapped by the address. And one other thing is that the public data, everybody can share, read, write. So do you have any question until now? I'll give you around 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes to try it. The one that I'm doing now to get understand what is the how to use or to understand the usefulness of the using mapping. Please try. If you have any question, you can ask now lah. Okay, I give you 2 minutes. 11:48, 49 lah. We resume. So if you recap back in the training last in Dorset Hotel, we did some exercise on the something like you do trading of the some junk food, right, that you bought around 5 ringgit, you do trading, right? And somehow you can create a data structure that's storing your item, and the item owner only you, and then only you can access of this item. And other people or your friend also have another data structure or account, or we call account, that's mean the address of Ethereum lah. They have a different address, they can create all their own data structures, and then they can have a list of item. At the same time, the item can be accessed, and the one that data or the trading everything only valid to him, not for others. That's example whereby the actual implementation of the using mapping and data structure. Because in the implementation wise, we have a product of this data structure. Product consists of a lot of things, name, item, price, and everything. I think I'm going to go back in this one because I want to rewind something, the usefulness of the mapping, the values lah, the fancy one. Why mapping very so important? Browser. I'm going to open browser. Okay. See the wallet that you are trying last time. Okay, I just want to go to on the simulation part, not the source code on the Android. You can call the Android later on. I'm going to show you a little bit after this. So I'm going to show you the emulator version that running. So that you can see that you can appreciate the what is the good things. Oh, silap pula. Buka app lain, projek lain. Saya tutup sekejap. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one. Okay, this is the one that you are trying. I already update a bit lah. So last time, this is a password to unlock the account for this one. So I hope that you can have understand that you need to unlock the account of Ethereum. Okay, you unlock the account, and you go to you can in the blockchain merchant here, you can click 5 times to unlock the function token file set. Okay, I click 5 times here, you can unlock this one. I want to go to on the merchant side. For example, you have an account here, you can see the account. You only have one account here. And the merchant side, you see that this item ring, you can see that parameter hash, name, price, description, stock quantity, so quantity. Actually, this is a value that being putting into the in the remit in the here. This one, you see stock ID here. Actually, this is the one that implemented using struct because struct product, I think hash, name, price, and everything. So we put here. So you can have this one item stored inside structure. And only, how about mapping this one? Okay, only you can see, for example, I want to create one item, back, create new item. When you create item, actually, you are using something like set ID lah. I create a new item. I go to path lah. Okay. Path. Let's say put 2.123. Test. Yummy. Yummy. Path. Quantity 4, 3. Submit. Submit. This one, you can see here, see that this one that going here. Look at list, get block, and do whatever things. You can see the log from the bottom here. Okay, all transaction, whatever, do everything, submitting, and then you get at the end transaction receipt. Yeah, this one transaction receipt. Okay, so now you can have done. You can have 2 items. So the 2 items actually you can be implemented using linked list. This is not linked list. We only have it structured ID here. Okay, structured item 1. Only one item, but in here we implemented linked list. More complicated one is not in the tutorial lah for 1 day. At least you need to have 3 days or 4 days tutorial on the linked list and everything complicated. It's something like you learning subject data structure in the universities. You need to have a circle linked list. You have to understand how to insert before, insert after. So right now, but you can see the implementation of the struct here, item this one. So the example whereby you can whatever you learn smart contract right now, can be implemented. Okay. And then in the smart contract, normally when you go to smart contract, you can see there, for example, in the first contract, you can here see this one. Okay, You can create item. I just go to the create item. Stop. Push node. Okay, push node. Push node is the one that will push the data when you want to do transfer the data. Okay, I will zoom. No, it's too small. You cannot see it. Okay. So normally when you want to unlock in the Web3 interface, let's say you want to download the app, the smart contract. First thing is that you need to unlock the account here. Okay, you need to unlock the account. I believe that I already unload the account here previously. There's a function to unlock the account, and then you see that for example this one you push data. This one. Okay, previously I show you I create a new item right here. This one, I create a new item. This one actually you just by pushing the struct item name, struct item price, struct item hyperlink, struct whatever thing you're pushing into smart contract. Okay, this we call it contract push node lah. For example, this contract name. So the push node is a contract name. Here, if you see your code here, okay, let's zoom a bit more. Push node. My contract is push node. This is a contract name. Okay, in the example here we are doing right now is a hello. Okay, hello dot set ID. That's supposed to be the function call lah to call smart contract. Right now there's another function that using push node function. So the example whereby you can connect your Android or iOS into your smart contract using the API lah, whatever contract you created by you. At the end you can get a bit functionality of the app for the something like example here blockchain merchant lah. So this example, okay, this is token faucet lah. Okay, no need to go here. So I rewind back whatever you have learned during the in the gas training or blockchain training in the set. Yeah. Okay, silakan. Somebody panggil. Ya, macam mana? Sambal gema itu macam dekat gua. Okay, dah clear. I'm clear now. Ya, okay, silakan. Soal putus-putus saya tak dengar. Apa dia? Blockchain tu, okay, blockchain tengah running. Okay, block scout dah running dah. I tunjuk block scout je. Okay, this is block scout, the one that running right now. You see the transaction call 5 minutes ago. This one. You can open this link. I just update my server block scout with everything supposed to be. I show you during the training last time, but somehow this space full. It require me 1 day to update all the things. I put the link. Okay. So from here, okay. So from here you can see that this is whereby the blockchain node running on the cloud lah. Of course, I have to set up cloud. So this is transaction that we just submitted previously. You see that contract call. Okay, what is contract call? This one. Okay, you can see that this one contract call. It's a detail a little bit, right? The transaction and everything. So actually equivalent to when you go to remake this one, go to remake, you can see from bottom here the transaction this one lah. For example, I have clear here. I just make the set ID. For example, I go to this one ID. I just set some ID. FFF 30 set ID. Same here. You can see this parameter. This is in the text form lah, in the log, gas and everything. This parameter being sent. So here you can see also using block scout lah, the online version that being sent. You can go to the detail one. You can go to the row trace I think block probably. No, not in block, row trace. You can see from here. This one, you see that? This is the one that parameter being sent. Actually, row trace is something like this in this one. Okay, so that's mean if you're asking about IPTM blockchain node, it's running in the cloud right now. The node that doing all these things, and then it's not very fast one lah. Okay, you can go to the block. You can see the block. Right now, I'm going back to the block scout go to the main menu using POA. Yeah. So here, I just want to show you guys that the transaction be submitted. So you need to set up your own block scout if you want to see. So right now, the contract call, the previous one that I'm submitting create new item, this one. You can see the transaction. And notice all other transactions that being done, when you last. You can view all transaction. I believe that this is the one that you are doing. You see that you are transferring by some stuff, right? Something that is a price that you are doing, transferring by something stuff, snack, and everything, the junk food. So you can see from here, all the record here in the blockchain, detail out. This is the one, yep. So where is blockchain? Is the blockchain running in the IPTM in the some server or my server So that's it. Yep. Remake tu tak, okay. Boleh. Okay, yang remix yang the one that we are running right now, I close this one lah. I don't want to go to this one too much. Okay, in the remake, they have a simulation using their JavaScript virtual machine. Okay, they are running blockchain but simulation version. If you want to connect to the IPTM or your own, we can use a Web3 provider. Later on, I'm going to share to you guys this one. How to deploy in your own blockchain using Remix. Is it okay? Right now we are running just simulation. Okay, we rewind back to the exercise. We're going to break around 12:30. So we have another almost half hours to continue to deep further understanding the concept of the smart contract. And later on, you can see that the application is very wide. Like I'm showing you using Android, the apps. So right now, let's say you have everything done. Don't forget to Control A, copy it, and then save the code inside your text file. For example, you can put the name here, and then you just can go here, you copy the name. Okay, so you can do this way lah. At least you backup the things. So okay, now I'm moving back to the. I believe that I give you an overview where the smart contract. Now we go back to the manual. Solidity. I'm going to explain a little bit on the inside. This more on the something like rewind lah. Whatever inside the documentation. Yap. Silakan. Okay. Tak ada database. Semua database you create sendiri. Macam you belajar, you create database macam data structure. Subject data structure you belajar linked list tu. Yeah, there is no DBM base. You write everything inside your smart contract. You build your own linked list. Betul. No need to have Apache server or everything. Everything inside smart contract. Huh? On the real macam okay, on the real one, like I'm showing you the Android lah. Previously. Actually, I'm running emulator. I can also running on the smartphone. You can download this thing in the Play Store. I show you. I believe I released the code already. The Play Store. This one. You can download from this one. This app already run. This one. I believe that I have a new version. I refresh it. Uh, okay. 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 Okay, go back to the blog scout yang tadi semua tu. I guna cloud sebab apa? I tak ada public IP, I tak ada public IP version 4. First thing is that if you want to make a server to public, you need to IPv4, right, to have public IP address. And it's not cheap to have public IP address. For example, I believe that if you want to use a TM 620, I think if you want to get one fixed public IP with a speed of 1 megabit per second. So if I'm using cloud, I just need to pay around 50 ringgit to 100 ringgit a month. I can get public IP. I can get one server with an average spec to running my node, and everything is already there. So if you are asking me why I'm using cloud, because of that. Is it okay? It's cheap. You can get public IP address. You don't need to have your own server, and then no need to have a background to have a subscribe public IP. So everything, the node that okay, I'm going to show you my server lah. If you're already curious, right? Where is my server? I just open my. First, you need to run the blockchain node. You need to learn how to run blockchain node and everything, and then you just put into a local host or on the public IP lah. Okay, so okay, I believe that I discussed too much on that part. So there's supposed to be this discussion supposed to be on the gas part lah, Go Ethereum part, not on the smart contract lah. Smart contract, everything just deploy. You can go to this one, this website to get. I believe this new version. Yeah, okay, 15 October. So so I'll give you guys the link to download. If you want to get the Ether and token, you need to contact me lah. I share with the WhatsApp. So this implementation will detail everything lah on the example that smart contract being deployed on the blockchain node. So here we only have very simple one, not very long. We just want to learn the Solidity language. Okay, I'll go back here. Okay. So right now, after you go through all some idea that rewind back the previous on the tutorial in the Dorset Hotel. So we see that you just need to have one smart contract, and then you write everything properly. You can use your directly access smart contract the function. You just enter the function name. You call function set ID, function get ID. You can call through the Android, and then you get some result return value lah. So that's why whatever you see in the Android one is actually you just, for example, get item, it's just this function be implemented by you. You have the right to write everything. Okay, right now I'm going to go to a little bit on the manual first before go to detail. Okay, here in Solidity, you have a data type, Boolean. You got the bool. You can use bool variable. Later on, I'm going to use bool. And then there is some function if-else statement. Of course, I'm going to use if-else statement and everything. Some operator might be used. Integer, the one that we are using, unsigned integer. Okay, in the Ethereum, in the smart contract, there is no unsigned number. There is no signed number. You can represent it is using unsigned integer lah. So there is no floating point numbers. Okay, you cannot compute floating point number using unsigned integers lah. They can return overflow. So this is an operator that we can be used later on. So okay, I don't want to go to detail. Okay, addition, you can use add, plus, multiply. We're going to do after this. I just want to go through a little bit on the manual. Okay, this is too much lah, a lot of things. Go to a bit on the okay, then address, right? Address is the type of private, is a 20 byte value. Payable is mean you want to do transaction later on lah. Actually implemented on version 6, you need to put parameter payable on the address. We are using version 0.5, no need to put the things. So you can send ether, okay, you can send ether and everything. So this is the bit on the address. Quite a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to show, okay, too many things, I will move faster, too many things. Okay, there are some example here, still too many things. Go. Okay, I'm going to show another example. I don't want to waste time to Google with too many things, but you can look at it. At least you need to have basic one, the one I'm going to share with you guys, and then you can go explore by yourself later on. So right now we go to here, back here in this one. I want to create another contract. Inside the contract. So this example whereby you can call another contract and become subcontract. Okay. Let's say I want to create another contract. For example, contract uh, contract permission. Something like permission. Access lah, control. Something like contract control lah. I call it control. Contract control. In this contract control, I will put something interesting here. For example, function who am I? Okay, the owner, who am I lah? I'm going to declare that get owner, who am I put inside that function. So no longer here. Okay, put here. And also variable owner also I put there. I put here. We see that we have two contracts inside one Solidity solution. You can have more than one. When you compile also, of course, we see from here you can compile it. Oh, got error, right? Can access method center. So you can see that we can this is contract control, this is contract hello. I just split some data. We want that because you can see from the error here in the line number 30, constructor say no, owner not declared. So we want to implement inheritance, whereby we want to hello to inherit something from the control or superclass. We can assume that this is superclass, this is subclass here. So we want to inherit something. So we just call it hello is control. That's how we can inherit the whereby you see that when we put hello is a control, we can have another column here. Let's say we have another contract happy, for example okay, we can have another happy. Okay, we can call it control happy here. So hello we inherit. Yeah. So this means hello can inherit the contract of control and also happy. So no need to have many one. I just want to show the example. Okay, you can see the happy. So when you get to try this one, move we create another contract called control. You put the internal address owner, get owner, who am I inside the control part. We want to split the contract. We don't want to put everything in one contract. We can make a split. So even though when you want to run it, you can choose one lah, two. You can deploy control, whereby control have nothing. Okay, cannot access everything. Simple deploy control deploy. You can see that you can only access get owner, who am I, get nothing, right? Owner, who am I, get lah. Okay, manage to get it some value. So right now we deploy hello. If you deploy hello, you can call all everything. Even get who am I, get owner, get name, okay, get ID on everything. We can be called. So the example that we can split the contract and we can call another contract. So let's say we want to make something like very interesting, that the basic one is that we want to learn how to access control. Let's say owner have authority to control the contract. I'm going to copy one function called self-destruct. How to destroy the contract. This is a common function that you can see some in the contract, and a little bit dangerous. Just copy on the kill self-destruct. I copy the function. Okay, I copy this function extra. Function kill is a function just name, or you can call it whatever name. Only owner. Okay, only owner, this means something that okay, just let's say we not using only owner, just public, and we call it function self destruct. Okay, so this is a function that we can destroy the contract lah. So right now owner not declared. Invalid type of argument owner. Saya copy this one, tengok masalah apa lah. Ini version berapa ni? 12. Okay. Okay, we need to declare owner payable payable. Okay, owner address payable. Okay, this is only payable. You need to put in the version 5. Version 3, version 4, 0.4, no need to put payable. Okay, payable does mean, okay, the more interesting part is that why you need to put payable here, because when we run the function kill, destroy the contract, this contract, owner will get whatever ether store in the address of this contract. Normally when you deploy it, let's say you deploy the control, this is the address of the contract. Okay, this is the address of the contract. So this address, sometimes you can store ether inside the address. Okay, you can store ether inside the address of contract. So when you call a function of self here kill service owner, so that means whatever ether inside the contract will return to the address of owner. So that's why in the new version of the 5, whenever you have a transferring ether in the variable, you need to put the payable function on the address of the type of address lah. If there is no ether transaction or happen for the address, no need to put payable. In this case, because when they destroy the contract, all the ether will return to the owner address. Self-destruct, that means destroy contract, and owner will get all the ether stored in the other contract. So this means it's require transfer of the ether. So you need to put payable keyword here. So that's the thing I will share with you in the in the Skype, in the WhatsApp lah. We can have see here. Okay, see we can have the same things. Okay, right now, when you run this contract, I want to try to show you guys that somebody can do malicious things. You can see that function key is a public. So let's say we deploy the contract. Okay, we deploy the contract, compile first, don't forget to compile. And then we deploy using the first address, deploy. Oh, control, not control. We want to deploy hello. Yep, we deploy hello. We run hello here. And then hello, who am I, who owner, and whatever is that, get ID and everything. Let's say this guy setting a new value here. I just go to this one. AAA 10.11. Okay, transact. So when you get the ID, you get AAA, and go to the second one. No, nothing yet. We just put the value BBB 2222 transact get BBB. Okay, let's say somebody is a bad guy lah from another account. He doesn't even have any value here. If let's say we go to the previous one, we can get AAA, BBB, and so on. Let's say there's another account that they have nothing, and this guy, what they do is that they call function kill. Kill. When they kill the contract, okay, let's say this function, let's say we go to the bottom one, it's a bad guy, they call function kill. Since the contract don't have any parameter to prevent others from accessing the function kill, anyone can execute kill. This guy execute kill, who am I? Okay, DDD, execute kill. Oh, and then we see that, oh man, contract being killed. And let's say all data in the previous one gone, cannot be accessed. The contract destroyed. Okay. Go to one, okay, gone. So no longer be accessed. The contract has been destroyed. So that's mean this guy, the bad guy, can call the function kill. Supposed to be only owner should be have parameter to kill. But since we didn't put control on this parameter, everybody can go kill the contract. Just what a useless contract lah, fail contract lah. So that's mean this very bad contract lah. So to prevent that others asset owners to execute this special function or other, all function can be controlled, only specific user can access. Right now we want to prevent that anyone from accessing to destroy the contract. We just want to allow only owner can destroy the contract. Owner, the one submitting contract, can destroy the contract. We can create one function, we call it modifiers. Modifier. We can create a new modifiers. Modifier. We call it modifier only owner. Only owner. Okay, require only owner, and then we call it here. We put here parameter here, open closing bracket, modifier only owner. Okay, tak complete lagi. Okay, we can use a one keyword required. Require is another keyword that required. Okay, require message dot sender equal to owner. This means they will check that the one that running contract right now is the owner, then it's allowed lah. Owner. And then one thing is that we put one parameter is that to close this one and the contract. I think that is require keyword. Okay. Require does not show we call it something like blue, right? I using require, but they do not show blue. I thought it's something mistake on the spelling or parameter. Okay. In here we create one modifier. Is modifier is something like you can call, is something like function can call. For example, anyone can call modifier. So this function modifier call is only owner modifier. And then they require that this function require message sender, the one that running contract right now, is equal to address owner. And then you have another one underscore semicolon, right? Continues the code maksudnya. Whatever code after that continues execute. That's the main the statement of this one lah. The following code continue to execute. Okay, this will only apply for the modifiers lah. So you can use modifier to make sure that whoever want to run this kill must only owner. We can use the parameter to prevent others from accessing our contract or kill the contract lah. So public, okay, we have public here. We put only owner. So that's mean when we want to run function kill, we check only owner. But only owner, we check that the one that running right now message sender address is equal to owner, and then they can execute go to the next line of code. That's mean go to this one lah. Okay, next line of code, go to this one. So when you use this one, you can see that okay can be compiled, and then okay, I let you get to copy first before I demo it. Please type something before we break lunch. This type, I will not show in WhatsApp. I want you again to type it. Don't be so. You need to type something, okay, so that you can have a look and feel. So type it, modifier, and then you implement it at only owner. If you get around 1 minute to run, and then check back, compile and everything okay. After this, we're going to try to ensure that when anyone try to execute contract, cannot be executed because it said that to execute kill only owner. I will give you guys 2 minutes to try typing this one. We stop, we continue at the 12:29, and then we have another 1 minute to explain it, and then we break lah. Okay, done, 2 minutes. So I will show you how it works. Run, let's say go to run. Okay, now we're going to deploy it using the top address. Deploy, not control, but hello, choose hello. Deploy. Right now, who am I? Okay, method sender. CA35, this is method sender right now. Get owner, okay, the same things, right? So right now, let's say this guy going to put some data lah. It can be either one, doesn't matter. For example, I want to put this one. String AAA. History character. 111. Concept. And get my ID. Okay, this one. Go to the second one. Who am I? Select sender 147. I put BBB. Okay, go to transact, pay. And the third one, I go to the bottom one. This guy, let's say, just want to put some data. He put data. See, you also have the right to put data as long as you got Ether. Because you can see that the Ether will deduct when you execute the contract. Right, read, right, you want to pay. Read normally free. I transact here one. Okay. Right now, who am I is the DD8. Okay, we open this terminal for debugging. Right now, this guy is trying to do something malicious. Malicious, that means he want to kill the contract. Oh, cannot execute. See that? Transaction mined, but it's failure. Okay. And then hello kill. Want to run hello kill function. You can see that they want to run hello kill function. You can see in log. You can try to do bad thing, but at the end fail. You see error revert. The transaction has been reverted to initial state. Okay. Okay, you see that this guy do not have authority because he don't owner. Okay, when you want to run function kill, they say that only owner. When you go to the only owner and go check here, only owner require message to sender. The address here is the sender must be equal to owner, must be equal to this one. When we compare it, of course, differences. That's why this guy cannot destroy the contract. So we can go to any account. Let's say second account, for example, what is the ID? Oh, tak ada. Empty. Ikutan account tak empty. This one, the ID. Okay, so this is also BBB. And then get who am I, also the same different thing. Then this guy also try to do malicious thing. Want to kill. Still can execute. At the end, so that anyone that don't have authorization to run this function cannot execute. This means to run this function kill, you need to have authorization only owners, modifier. So right now, let's say we want to really destroy and only owner. Okay, we run owner right now. We compare it. Who am I is owner. Okay, owner also owner. Same, right? Same. Okay, same. So right now, owner going to execute the function kill. Execute the kill, and then we see that the okay, see that the function hello kill successful. See, right? That ticks minor and executed success. So when the minor success, you go to all data gone, tak ada apa-apa. So anybody, because right now we show example that access control on the smart contract that you can put access control. Do you have any question until now? Because we're going to break after this. Do you have any question? Everyone got question? No. That means everybody are really hungry, want to have a lunch. You can order whatever food from Grab or, yep, it's up to you. So we resume at by 2. At 2 by 2 we resume.